Hey Pisces, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, you can have a lot going on. Some of you, this is work stuff that's happening. I'm seeing Ten of Wands and I'm seeing King of Pentacles, so this can mean that you can feel there's a lot of responsibility weighing on you. There can be a lot that needs to get done. This can be a financial thing. It can be more so feeling like you need to meet sort of whatever is being asked of you. I see King of Pentacles as being like maybe in the workplace there's stress, or maybe with schooling there's stress, or maybe with having to be in charge of the family there's stress. It's going to be stuff like that where there is a role that you play or roles that you play, and everything that's asked of you that you need to do in order to feel like you're properly playing that role. Responsibilities, obligations. So it can feel like in a way maybe work is piling up, or maybe just a lot is being asked of you, or you're like, I have to do this and I have to do that, and it's just a lot that's going on. It can feel kind of stressful. This can also mean like multiple roles that you play too. So it can be, I need to be there for my family or for a friend that needs me, and then I need to make sure that I'm showing up at work and I have that to do, and then also I have somebody to look after. It can be sort of a whole pile of stuff that falls under this umbrella for you. Relationship stuff can be coming up as well. Seeing the Lovers. All the dynamics in which you work with too. Like this can be the people that you work with, especially people that you closely are interacting with. Having the Lovers and having Ten of Pentacles feels like whatever relationship this is focusing on, I'm seeing things be really solid. We have Lovers, relationship, and then we have that Ten of Pentacles. So that can feel like things are good, things are fine, or like things are staying afloat. But having that Ten of Wands there can feel like even though things are good here, or things are good in the dynamic, or things are all right within the relationship, as far as all the stuff that I have to do, it can be feeling overwhelming. So that can mean like, yeah, I'm so happy that things are solid and that things are all right, or things are as they need to be. Simultaneously, I feel a lot of pressure, or I feel a lot weighing on me, or there's so much that needs to be done in order to sustain this and to keep this in place. Now, shifting over to the next part of the reading, we have King of Cups and we have Six of Cups. What this can mean is that there can be a dealing with something heavy emotionally and trying to keep things intact. So having King of Cups can mean something's going on that I feel impacted by. There's a feeling that's happening here. Having Seven of Cups, having Five of Cups there can mean that something is going on. When we have that King of Cups there is a, like, I'm really doing my best to keep my composure from a place where I'm really tending to myself on an emotional level. This isn't just like I'm pretending I'm not impacted by things. This is more so I'm having the experience that I'm having and I'm still keeping it together. Having that Five of Cups can be something that you're feeling where you can feel this is upsetting, or you can feel disappointed, or you can feel like let down. To have justice there, this can have to do with your way of how you feel things should be and clinging to that. And there can also be social justice that's involved in this as well, or relational justice that is involved in this as well. Maybe you feel like there is a need for correctness here, or proper way that things unfold. And you can be in a spot with Four of Pentacles where you're like, I stand by this. And maybe this is also what you feel like would be the proper repercussions as well. Let's link these now. I wonder too, for some of you, if you're feeling like somebody that should be showing up in a certain way maybe isn't showing up in that way that you think they should be. I also see this as being a really key balance that you're feeling within yourself. But because we have the Lovers here, this can also be relationship stuff that's coming up too when it comes to what you feel like is right. Because I'm seeing justice feel kind of like a moral energy of what you feel like is right versus what's wrong, what you feel like is appropriate versus what's not appropriate, what's just versus an injustice. Having 10 of Pentacles and having 4 of Pentacles is, 10 of Pentacles is like things I want to keep like this. Stuff that's stable, that I want to make sure that it stays like that. Holding on to it so that things remain in this way where there is a lasting feeling to this. And I feel secure when things are like this, and doing what we need to do with 4 of Pentacles to sort of keep it like that, to lock that in. If this is how I want things to be, at least on an external level, trying to lock that in. Or if I feel particularly secure or stable when the situation is like this, how do I lock that in? But there can also be a feeling of, in trying to lock something in, that's where the stress comes from. So even though 10 of Pentacles, you can look at that and be like, yeah, that's great, I want it to stay like that. The trying to keep it and make it stay like that with the 4 of Pentacles, I'm seeing be connected with where all of this weight is coming from. Of there can be something that you don't want it to dwindle, or you don't want it to destabilize. You want to keep it stabilized. And that's where, again, like all of this pressure can be coming from. Now, something else that's going on here feels like part of keeping things stabilized is your composure. And it feels like while you're going through something that can feel difficult on you emotionally, so there can be one part of you that's having your feelings about something that's going on, and another part of you that's like, I only want to show this face in this situation, which is me not really being reactive to what's going on, while there's like another side of you that's feeling very much impacted by something that's happening. But with that justice there, it feels like trying to keep the balance, and also having Lovers and having justice underneath it can be like, I'm not trying to create waves. Because having that energy there, when we have Gemini, it's like the communication and the back and forth and the stuff that's going on and the choices that we're making. And then having the Libran energy below it can mean like, I have a reputation to uphold, to maintain, and I want to be coming across in a way that is how I want to be coming across. It's how I want to be perceived here. Because you may want to, it feels like it's just really important within the dynamic to make sure that maybe you're playing a part or playing a role correctly to keep things a certain way. So that's what I'm getting overall from this. At the same time, you can feel like something's going on where you can feel like because of something that's happened, you may be trying to find a way to make sure that you're honoring your values and your sense of justice and your sense of like, this is right versus this is not right. There can be something about that you're holding on to and maintaining. and trying to figure out how to apply that and not give that up. Because when we have justice here, there can be something going on where there's a challenge where maybe you feel like it's really important for you to stand up for something that you believe in, or to not silence yourself. Simultaneously, you can be trying to figure out how to appropriately apply that to this situation without maybe going overboard or maybe disrupting things, if that's even possible. I get like a desire to not disrupt certain things, but then also too having this feeling coming up where it can feel like playing these roles that you're playing and all the different roles that you have to play. Like, I have to show up and I have to be this person and I have to be getting this done. And also too, I need to keep my composure. And those things need to be working together. Those things need to be in harmony and balance, where there's not a neglecting of things emotionally and mentally, because this is like emotional, mental, spiritual health. And also too, making sure that you're showing up and doing what you're supposed to be doing or what you signed on for. And that's how you keep the balance. Simultaneously, what you can feel like is just a lot is being asked of you in being in the position that you're in. And also too, you're dealing with something heavy emotionally. Simultaneously, you can be wanting to keep the relationship and keep the dynamic intact. And so how to do that when you're going through a tough time. And maybe also too, this is for like validation to say like your story is being seen and it's being recognized as well. So maybe you feel like there's a sense of support or even visibility within the reading. Like thinking about like, what is this reading really getting at here as far as what's coming through right now? And it feels more so just like naming everything that's going on more than anything. Maybe helping you like organize a little bit mentally. I think too that it feels like it's about sort of keeping things together when a lot of stuff is happening, and it can feel kind of intense because we have that 10 of Wands and also that 10 of Pentacles here. Some of you, there can be some type of challenge when it comes to you using your voice properly, appropriately, and making sure that you're motivated by the right thing when you do so. That it's really supporting what you want it to support and seeing the power and the value within that too. I'm seeing that be a theme. Maybe it's the difference between speaking out from a place of fear, control, manipulation versus, or silence, versus speaking out from a place of unity, empowerment, belief in like things to, for positive change and for things to evolve. There can be you sort of straddling that a bit here as well. Especially too when things bother you or anger you, or there can be some type of treatment that maybe not exactly how you want it to be. When it comes to what you're giving your energy to, there can also be a deeper look at what exactly you're investing in as far as what you're participating in, even if it's the thoughts that you're thinking and that coming into play as well. All in all, speaking about the major arcanas that I'm seeing here, to have the Lovers and to have Justice, this has to do with what you feel like is correct and not correct when it comes to relationships. So interpersonal relationships can be coming up in general. And then also when you have Justice there, it's about like, justice is about collaboration. It's about fairness. It's about communication. It's about balance. And so when you have the relationship, it's both the different roles that you play, the relationship between the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So this is like your emotional, mental, spiritual life, and then also your life when it comes to responsibilities and whatnot and roles that you play and the balance between those. And then also within your interpersonal relationships with you and like other people, the people that are outside of you. And those relationships and those interactions where there's that balance between within the energy of Libra, it can be like, I want harmony, I want peace. Like that is the main thrust of the Libran energy, is like for things to be harmonious. And finding the line between, am I just being silent here when I need to stand up for something, or am I creating waves unnecessarily? And really finding the rhythm and the balance. So there's a lot of like interpersonal value stuff that's coming up, like your social values that are coming up. So that's what I'm seeing the focus be on for the reading. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.